Hey there, Tiff here. I am Visualize U, and I help mamas just like you find calm in the chaos, using simple systems to increase your impact and your income while you enjoy time with family is my jam. So let's connect. Okay. So here we are. We are all set on our screen here, and you can see that I've got just my simple graphic here, right? So I've got increased productivity with simple systems with Viz U. That's right. There's my logo down in the bottom corner. Check it out. So let me show you how I created this or anything like it, right? So I'm simply just going to switch my screen here, and we're going to go jump right into Canva. So within Canva, you have lots of options. You can get lost. There are so many things. If you want to play with it, if you want to drop me a question, I am happy to explore a topic of your choosing with you, or maybe just sign up for a one-on-one chat and we can go over that together. But in the interest of time for today, we're simply going to be creating a logo, saving it out as an image that we can layer over top of other things. So let's go ahead and create our logo right now. I'm actually going to do this as an Instagram post, okay? Because that's the size I typically work in. So I'm going to pick Instagram post. It just creates a blank slate here. Okay, so here is my blank slate, and I'm just going to close my menu right now so you can see I'm free to create whatever I want. So along the left-hand side here, we have templates, lots to choose from. Again, not the topic of today's conversation, but lots that you can explore there that makes your job really, really, really easy. Now, we also have different elements. Within elements, there's lines, frames, arrow circles, different shapes. There's stickers, there's graphics, there's photos, whatever. You can search anything. I always use the search feature myself. Always, always, always. So for example, since we're in here, let's just pick a circle. Okay, so I just type in the word circle, type it in, and a whole bunch of choices come up, and I can pick which just, is calling my name. So maybe I want something looking really clean, or maybe I want something looking a little more artsy. Let's pick that just for kicks. So now I've got my object here. Okay, it's on the screen. What I want to do is I want to click on it to make sure that that box is around it. So now I can edit this piece. This is just like an object that I can edit, very much like you might remember from like other word processors, like Word or such, or even like in Google Docs, you've got like the box, right? You've got your little, I don't know what the right word is, right? If you are into graphic design or any of that stuff and know the word, drop it down below. Let me know. Anyway, so I've got the box around it, and I can resize this, right? Make it go smaller, make it go bigger, whatever. I can also change the picture by clicking edit image. Now, this particular image isn't allowing me to change the color in a really easy way. So I'm actually going to delete it, and I'm going to pick another one, just a simple circle, to show you how easy it can be to change the color in an easy way. So if something isn't giving you the options that you're looking for, just change it up, pick something different, make life easy for yourself. Okay. So I've got my circle here. Now, maybe this color isn't for me, and stay tuned because we are going to be sharing a whole video on picking colors for your branding. Okay, so, but right now we're just going to make a monochromatic logo that you can then layer over other things. So if you do have colors already selected, you could go ahead and pick your colors here. So if I want this to maybe be, here's one of my brand kits right here. So I'm going to pick this pink. Okay, I like the pink. It represents me. It represents ease, comfort, simplicity, right? That's the message I'm trying to get across in my branding. So I've got my circle here, right? And you're like, okay, Tiff, but what do I do now? How do I save this out? How do I make a logo? This circle doesn't say anything about me yet. What I do need it to say is I need it to have my name on here. So I'm going to put my logo. I'm going to create a new logo for myself here. And I'm going to add some text. Okay. So I just pick whatever here. So these are 3 fonts I typically use. So I've got Sailors, just Desi. And I think this is Code Pro. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, it is Code Pro. You can see the name of the text up here. Now it put it underneath That's not where I want it. Again, hover over it, get that box, and then you can drag it where you want it to be. Again, you can change the size, the font, the color. You can change the effects of the font. So let's get a little bit creative here. And I'm going to use my mouse. There we go. Sorry, when I've got multiple screens going at once, I get a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I've highlighted my text now, right? So now when I choose any of my options up at the top, again, like any familiar word processing program, you'll be able to make any changes that you want. So I maybe want to pick a different font because maybe that one isn't like screaming at me, you know, for what I like. Maybe I want it to look a little more sophisticated. I'll use Roxborough. Okay, so this is going to make it a little bit more sophisticated, but you can see it's kind of small, right? So I want to just increase the font size here, right? I can use the plus button, or if I know the size of the font that I want, I can simply just type it in, right? That's obviously too big. So I'm just gonna, again, highlight that text. So the change that you are making will apply to all of that text because you can alter different pieces of your text as well within, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to bring this down to about a 75, and here it is. Okay. So I am going to put in my logo here. So this, you know, if I wanted it to be a little bit sophisticated, this is what I would do. I personally like the, oops, that added a new heading. That's not what I wanted to do. Delete that. Again, when you highlight on things and press delete, then that will just take it away, right? It's so easy to use. I'm going to change this and I'm going to put it as, normally for this font, I use just as a, I don't think I say that right. So you're noticing here that this doesn't look like my logo, right? You're like, that doesn't look familiar, Tiff. That does not look like what I know your logo to look like. So I'm simply going to highlight it and I want to go to effects. Oh, not effects, sorry. Oh, sorry, this button here, up here, where it has the upper and lowercase. I want to change that. Oh, no, that's not the font I used. Pardon me. I don't even know what font I used before. What's another handwriting? I can just pick a handwriting script and we'll find one. Maybe I like apricots. It doesn't matter. Okay. So you're going to see here, if I type it with all lowercase, I think I had caps on before. That's okay. So if I type it with, you know, an uppercase and then some lowercase letters, I can just play around with the way that it looks like. But instead of having to retype it all, if I want to see what it looks like with all caps, I just push this button up here, the uppercase, and it will change it. And then I can just go back and forth and decide what I like. You know what? I like this a little bit better. So now I can change the color of that font as well. You know, maybe I want to make it the gray in my brand set, right? But it's still not screaming to me yet. So I'm simply resizing my text box here. I can also change the font size by dragging a corner diagonally. Okay, there we go. Here it is. And I'm going to bring that down. And you can see the red lines, right, showing up. So it's justifying it or centering it. So when you get the line and the line, the two red lines or pink lines, maybe it looks for you, crisscrossing there, that means this is perfectly centered. Okay, so visually, it's going to work for me. Now, I am going to make sure that that round circle too is perfectly centered as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go through until, oh, there we go. I'm just dragging it until I get those lines because I can't eyeball this. I'm not an expert, right? Put my 11-year-old son at this and he'd get it first time, but that's not my forte. So now this is perfectly centered. I've got some white on the background. You know, maybe you want it to be a square. So you might save it out with like a background color. Let me pick something that might go with it. Like you could put a background color. I'm going to choose no background color for me personally. So now I've got this logo and you're like, Tiff, I still don't know how to save it out. I don't know how to layer it. So watch this. I have this logo. I've created this thing. Okay. Now I'm simply going to go to share, top right-hand corner here. go to share, and then I'm going to click download. Okay. I want to save it as a PNG. Okay. There's lots of different options. So much you can do with Canva. So stay tuned. And if you've got questions, ask me. I love to play in Canva. I love to create for you. Okay. So I would love to give you a personalized workshop on what you are trying to do, and we'll do it together with your content. Make it easy. So I'm going to save it as a PNG because it's just a more, I don't even know what it stands for. Again, if you're a tech person, drop that in the comments so I can learn. I love learning new things. So PNG, I'm going to save it, but I'm going to save it with a transparent background. Okay. So that's going to save it so that I can layer this on top of other things. So that's been saved to my desktop, and you can see it's down here, right? So I can simply go see where that is, show in folder, see where it is. There it is. And, just for ease of use, I'm just going to drag it to my other desktop so that I can find it easily. And it was called Add a Little Bit. Okay. I could rename this. Actually, let's do that. Let's rename it. That way, when you're in your Canva, you're able to find your files easier. So I'm going to call this logo creation. Okay, there we go. And again, I just want to go over how to save this. Click download, PNG, transparent background, and download it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back home, and we are going to create a new Instagram post. We're creating some content now, right? And in the interest of a current sale that my direct sales company has going on today, of all things, I'm going to pick the word laundry. I'm searching this in templates, right? So I'm searching it in templates. I don't like anything that's coming up here. Maybe you do, whatever. I'm actually going to go to elements now and search the word laundry. Okay. Here is lots of different laundry that we could use. So I'm just going to scroll through, find a picture I like. Again, you'll notice the little crowns mean that it's only for pro users. How about, I do really like that one. I will use a pro one just because I really like the graphic, and I'm going to use this for my own direct sales business too. So you notice that this picture is not sized properly. Again, the purple box around it means I can manipulate it. I can change it. I can drag it to make it bigger, right? Or I could simply just right click on it, set image as background. There it is, right? So this picture screams laundry to me. Okay. That's what it screams to me right now. And it kind of goes along with my colors. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Not talking about colors in this one, but what I want to do is I want to brand this. I want to add my logo. Okay. So if you are an independent consultant of whatever your company is, and you need to put that on all of your marketing material, then simply make that your logo, right? Pardon me. Pardon me. Okay, so now I'm going to go to uploads. Okay, my picture isn't here yet, right? But I want to upload that picture that we just made. So I'm going to upload it as a standalone PNG image. Here it is. And actually, here's my actual logo. So maybe I'll use the right one. There's my actual logo that I created earlier. And you're going to notice that when I drag and drop it onto this background, it's going to layer it on top. Okay. So I simply click on it. It adds it. Again, the purple box is around it. So I can change the size, right? And I'm just going to drop that down in the corner, and you'll notice there's no background on it. So it makes it look like it's layered on top, right? It's transparent. The background is transparent. But for example, sometimes I like adding my face, right? I'll give you a little extra here. Sometimes I like adding my face to a graphic because my customers want to see me, right? So I've got, say this one, right? And you're like, but Tiff, you've got a background there. What do you do with it? This is why I use Canva Pro. Okay. I am not an affiliate. I do not get any benefit from suggesting that you get Canva Pro. But what I can suggest is that maybe we hook up and maybe I do some of your graphic creation for you. Or I can do it alongside with you to show you the basics so that you can get ready to do this on your own. Okay. A pro subscription is not much for the year and it's a business write-off. Okay. So I've got this picture of me here, right? And what I want to do is I have it boxed again, right? I want to manipulate it. I want to change it. I want to edit this picture. I want to click on edit image. Okay. This is my favorite button, guys. My favorite button is background remover. Watch the magic happen. Takes a little bit, and poof, there it is. So now I'm layered without a background on top of this picture. And you're like, whoa, right? So I can change the size, right? And now, because we're in here and because I want to use this graphic for a little bit extra, right? I'm going to be using it for my own personal purpose in my direct sales business. Now, and I will be adding my title on the bottom, but I want to add a question. So whenever you're creating content, like you've got to have a reason for creating content. You don't want to just like put something out there to be busy, to put something out there, right? It needs to have a purpose. You need a hook. It needs to inform. It needs to educate. It needs to persuade. Whatever its purpose is, you need to know the purpose. You need to be intentional with your content. So I'm not just creating this just for kicks. Yes, I'm doing it to show you how to use the logo, etc. But you're also getting the extra benefit of seeing how I manipulate images to make it look, different, make it stand out from the rest. But just because I'm pointing means nothing. So I'm simply going to add some text, and I'm going to add some text here, and I'm going to make it bigger, obviously. And what do I want my text to say? I want my text to say, love it or hate it. Okay. And I'll put laundry, love it or hate it, right? There's a question I want my audience to engage in, and hopefully they'll give me a response. People love giving their opinions on things. Okay. So now I need to change this font a little bit. I really like Lato. Maybe not. Just pick, you can scroll through and you see what they look like, right? And you can quickly change. You know what? This one looks good right now. You can change it. So also that black isn't really standing out on this picture very much. So let me go to white, and I really like this effects button up here too. So the effects button, I'm going to click lift, and I'm going to make it pop a little bit off of the thing. And I'm just going to change this font. So you see, I've highlighted just part of the font, right? It's on a new line there. And I'm going to change the font, right? So you can switch it up. Different lines can be different fonts, whatever you want, right? And I am actually going to justify this to be on the right hand. No, I liked it in the middle. No, I like it on the left. And I am going to make this font smaller. Again, it's not changing my top line of my font, right? But now I kind of want that laundry to pop a little bit more. So maybe I'm going to make it all capitals. I don't like that. So again, I'm going to change the font, right? You can totally get lost in here and do as much as you want or as little as you want with it. But in the interest of time, I'll just accept this as it is. And I'm just going to bring it over a little bit, and it's still not popping a lot. So I want to add an element here, and I just simply want to put like a box. So I'm going to put square. Okay, just type in square, right? You'll get one, but you can change the size of this square too. Okay, so I am just going to change it to make it like a rectangle, but it's going to go all the way over here. But you're like, but it's in front of your face now, Tiff, and that doesn't look right. I simply go up to position and click backwards. There we go. Okay, so that is just the tips and tricks on how to make a logo so that you can logo and brand all your stuff, and also how to maybe take a little selfie and put your own face on your content. That's what you need to do to stand out from the rest. I hope that that was helpful, guys. And I hope that you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Thanks for being here. And again, if you've got questions, if you want to connect and figure out how to do what it is you want to do, I'm sure that we can come up with a simple system to make you have more productivity in your day. We'll chat soon. See you.